So yeah, I had a bit of spare time, more than I planned, and my wife said, you should get a hobby. She said, you should get a hobby. But my problem is this used to be my hobby, and then it became like this, and I don't really remember when it changed. It was just, hey, do a bit of comedy, that'd be fun, and then here we are. I don't really remember when it changed over. Like I've been doing it for 25 years. Like 25 years ago, I was doing pharmacy, right? I was doing pharmacy at Sydney University, and I was in the lab, okay? And we were making drugs. We used to call it cooking class. We were making suppositories in particular. And my mate, he was like putting all the medication in the mould, he just flattened it all down, and he looked up at me and he said, this is the most fun part of the course. And I was like, fuck it, I'm out of here. See you, mate. If that's as good as it gets, that is not exciting enough for me. And I left, and I started doing stand-up comedy 25 years ago. And this is how my career's gone. I was sort of like, I started here. I was pretty good when I started, and this is how it went. I started, and then I just sort of improved, just very slowly, nothing too exciting. If you've seen me over the years, you'll know it's true. Oh yeah, this show is just slightly better than last year. I mean, that's how it goes. And then I got the Gold Logie, and then it went like that. That's where I am now, here with you. And you know what I've got to show for it? After 25 years, I've got like a house in Romsey in the country, an hour out of town. I've got like a wife, 2 kids, a couple of chooks, 2 Volvos. I've got the lifestyle of a fucking pharmacist. It's taken me 25 years to get to where I would have been anyway. I even look like a pharmacist. You can imagine me in the shop giving out reasonable advice. Just standing up the back going, oh yeah, with the antibiotics, even if you feel better, you have to finish the course, okay? Yeah, even if you feel better, yeah, you got to finish the course. I've got to go back to making some suppositories, which is the most fun part of my day. So my wife's like, you got to get a hobby, it'll be good for your mental health. I said, you got to get a hobby, it'll be good for your mental health. We overuse that phrase a bit, don't we? Loses its meaning if we use it too flippantly. Like, some people will be like, oh yeah, I walked to work today, it's really good for my mental health. No, you just got a bit of fresh air, you're still fucked in the head. Like, you need to be assessed, you need some heavy medication. It's gonna take more than a fucking stroll, mate. So my wife's like, you got to get a hobby. What did you used to like doing for fun? Like, if you cast your mind way back, like way back before you started this, what did you used to like doing for fun? And I'm like, I used to like riding motorbikes. And she's like, think of another hobby, okay? But I'm like, no, that's perfect. So I got a dirt bike, right? But the problem I've got is I learned how to ride a motorbike when I was 6. So I can't remember not knowing how to ride a motorbike. For me, riding a motorbike's just like walking down the street. It's second nature to me. But my wife has never ridden a motorbike. So every time I ride my motorbike, she thinks I'm going to kill myself, which is ironic because I'm only doing it for my mental health. She lays it on thick too. She'll be on the back deck with the kids going, don't forget the children love you. Be careful out there, you're a father. But I've found when I ride the motorbike, the more I wind her up, the more relaxed I feel. Stressing her out is my new zen. So I'm like, nying, nying, I don't even have a helmet on today. Nying. I've taken up smoking, fuck it. I've got thongs on. I hope there are no high tension wires tied across the bush track. I'd hate to lose my head, it would be terrible for my mental health. I set fire to my recycling, that was good. It's one of the good things about living in the country is you're allowed to just burn shit in your paddock. It's great, you're missing out. It's like a wonderful thing. Like what happened was, my wife, she really enjoys the convenience of online shopping, right? So I get to enjoy the inconvenience of trying to fit all the boxes that everything arrives in into the recycling bin, but I can't keep up. So I thought, I've got to torch all this shit and just start again. So I got all the cardboard, just piled it up in a big pile, and plus my kids had a lot of subpar flammable artwork that had to fucking go. Threw it all on, went up in flames. And all my neighbours came out of the woodwork. They're like, oh, can we throw some shit on too? I'm like, yeah, throw it on. It's life in a country town. People just turn up in a car. You got a fire there, mate? Yeah, good one, mate. One of the locals turned up and he had like a big washing machine box. Flattened out, massive, and it was just covered in blood. It had blood splattered all over it. And he's like, oh, don't worry about that. That's just a bit of kangaroo blood, because I chopped up a bit of roadkill for me dogs. And I presumed he was telling the truth. No questions asked from me. No worries, mate. Straight on the fire. He could have been Ivan Milat. I'm like, yeah, no worries, mate. Well, you got some German passports? Yeah, no worries, mate. Just happy to help out. But I like the fact he lives in my town, because he makes housing affordable. You need him in the city to, like, sort of bring the property market under control. Imagine having him in North Fitzroy. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? You walk out the front of your $2 million single-storey terrace. You're putting the bins out. He's like, oh, I chopped up a bit of roadkill for me dogs. You'd be like, oh, to be fair, it's organic, so... Just pop it in the green bin. It counts as food scraps. Food scraps.